Apple? Yeah? My AirPods are broken. What are you gonna do about it?
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, but I would be happy to help resolve the issue if you're okay with that. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, first off, just a couple of questions I want to sort through.
They're broken. What else do you need to know?
Have you tried turning them on and off again?
Oh god, please don't make me go through all this. I'm a techie guy. I know when stuff is broken. This is not a software thing. I can hear the rattle.
Please just answer the questions, sir.
Oh god, yes. I've turned them on and off again. I've connected them to so many different devices.
Now, let me ask you something else. Have you tried connecting them to a different device?
It's a hardware issue. I can tell. I can literally hear the hardware. It's falling apart. This is not software related.
And what version would those devices be on? I don't know, whatever the latest version is. They're up to date. Please go to settings and check the about section and ensure that every device you try these on are on the latest software version.
Oh my god, how many software bugs result in the hardware itself breaking? This is not a thing.
Have you tried cleaning your AirPods?
They're not dirty. I can literally hear the tweeter on the inside rattling around. This is not an external cleanliness thing.
Let me forward you a step-by-step guide of what specific materials to use to clean out your AirPods.
They don't need to be oh my god.
Okay, yeah, they're clean. That didn't take you very long. I don't know if I believe you.
They're as clean as they're frickin' gonna be.
All right then. Did that resolve the issue? I haven't heard back from you in a while. Did I lose you?
No. Okay, they're done being cleaned now.
Great, and did that resolve the issue?
No. It's hardware.
Why don't you stop by our place tomorrow since gas is so cheap?
Sounds good. Let's begin.
So yeah, I didn't just randomly feel like talking about AirPods Pro after 2.5 years. I had a pretty substantial update in my AirPods in case you missed the latest Tailosive Tech podcast. Just like a typical Friday morning, I was putting in my headphones getting ready to record, and there was a very audible and very bad sound, specifically on the right AirPod Pro. It was a rattle that you could hear pretty much whenever there were certain frequencies of any kind. You could hear it with transparency mode, you could hear it with active noise cancellation, and as it turns out, this is actually a very common problem that Apple has extended their repair program for even if you're out of warranty, which I was. As the title suggests, I bought my AirPods Pro basically right away on launch day, and if you recall my previous reviews, almost a year had gone by and I started having charging issues with the individual pods, but Apple thought it may have been the case itself. So before replacing the left AirPod Pro, they replaced the entire case. So this case is not from that original pair I bought in 2019, but the case didn't solve the issue, so then they sent out a replacement left AirPod Pro. So fresh new battery, 100% battery health, and I was happy about that because it was within the first 12 months of ownership, which meant that after, October of 2020, only the right AirPod Pro was from the original pair, and now it's the right AirPod Pro that was going bad on me. Didn't matter, of course, what devices I connected to. This was clearly a hardware-related thing. It was not software. You could physically hear something on the inside of the AirPod rattling around, and whenever I talked, it would rattle a lot more, and it was basically unusable. And also, once I played music on it to see if it was impacted in all circumstances, I could very audibly tell that the right one had gotten substantially quieter than the left one. So I just figured my right AirPod Pro was at a lost cause and I was out of warranty, so I was basically just going to be screwed and I was going to have to buy new headphones. But thanks to you guys, the awesome Tailosive Tech community, you all informed me about this AirPods Pro rattling issue, which I guess I didn't know too much about. This is impacting quite a few AirPods owners, and they will service these for free at no additional charge if they're built before a certain time. And because I was in the first wave of AirPods Pro deliveries, I absolutely qualified. So despite the long process of explaining to Apple that this was a hardware problem, I know for liability reasons they have to go through and ask you all those things. It's just frustrating when you know exactly what the problem is and yet they still have to ask you all those things. But basically they said to come to an Apple store. I showed up late because Memorial Day traffic was really, really bad, but I want to give props to Apple for not really caring that I showed up 25 minutes past my scheduled appointment, and they just took me in and said, have a seat, you can relax or check out things in the Apple store while you wait. Since I already have everything I'm interested in, I just went on my phone and used their wonderful Wi-Fi to back up a bunch of pictures and videos, but 15-20 minutes or so go by and a guy walks up to me and says, what's the problem? I explain the whole situation,
fine. And he just goes, yep, okay, sounds good. We'll just need to take your AirPods back to run diagnostics checks on them, and we need to take the rubber seals off of your AirPods Pro in order to test them. I don't know why they can't take them off themselves, but he asked me specifically to do it. Maybe it's a health reason or something, but I said, oh, okay, no problem. And in the process of pulling the rubber seal off of my right AirPods Pro, the whole thing literally just ripped in half. I've done this many, many times before, I assure you. Like, there's been lots of instances where to clean my AirPods, I would take the rubber seal off, or to try out a different size. I know exactly how you're supposed to take them off, and the Genius Bar employee was right there. He knows how this works too. But he saw it happen right in front of me, and he was like, oh, that's not right. That's not good. So he helped me kind of get the remaining rubber off of there and brought my entire pair, you know, the case, the left and right AirPod, and everything back. I wait about 10 more minutes and they come out and say, both of your AirPods Pro failed the check. I found that pretty funny because on the phone, they asked if my AirPods Pro were built before October of 2020, whereas my left AirPod Pro wasn't having any issues. You know, there wasn't a rattle problem and the rubber seal was fine. And I guess it was technically built before that time period, but not much longer before because, again, I replaced the left one about 11 months or 10 months into ownership. So he came out and replaced both AirPods Pro for no additional charge. That means that this case is not part of the original pair that I bought in 2019. And now, both these AirPods Pro are brand spanking new. Fresh battery health right out of the replacement box, and both sound great. I tested them to make sure they work. He even replaced all 3 of the rubber tip size options for me, and I just want to say how amazing and incredible it is that I bought a pair of headphones for $250 back in 2019, and now we're coming in to halfway through 2022. Almost 3 years have gone by, and Apple is still giving me brand new hardware for that initial purchase, and I haven't had to spend any additional money to access the fresh new lithium on the inside, which means, of course, my battery life on these things is going to be much better than what my last AirPods Pro was because they had so many cycles on them. It's a darn shame they didn't give me a brand new case as well, just because I really, really wanted MagSafe charging, but they didn't do that. Either way, I won't complain because I still charge these via MagSafe anyway, and I was not expecting them to replace both AirPods Pro 2.5 years after I had purchased my original pair. You know, warranties are one thing, but I didn't even buy Apple Care or Apple Care Plus or anything. This is just like the out-of-the-box warranty. Years down the road, they're still giving me brand new hardware. So I think these will easily last me another 2.5 to 3 years, assuming the rubber doesn't just tear on me again. But I know there's a lot of horrible Genius Bar stories out there. I know they haven't always done the right thing, but I do want to give them credit when they do the right thing and treat their customers well, and I don't think it was because I'm a YouTuber or anything. I just appreciate when a company is like, yeah, this shouldn't be this way, have a new pair. And I bet there's a lot of similar stories in regards to the Apple Store down in the comments below, so feel free to let me know if you guys had similar issues with their AirPods Pro after this amount of time. On one hand, this was kind of a rant about how AirPods Pro don't age particularly well, but it's hard to find wireless earbuds that do age well after 2.5 or 3 years. But on the flip side, Apple doing the best to make it right and give me a brand new pair after this amount of time, which is awesome. Even though there's new AirPods Pro coming out later in the year, if they don't improve the battery life on those, I may feel less inclined to upgrade now that I have a fresh pair of batteries. This is your Apple Sheep here. I'll see you all in the next one.